Made it to Canada, eh? Gotta pull that joke out every time. Sorry guys, we're in Alberta. We're here at Double C Agco, here with Colin Collins. Just contacted us not too long ago when we started working together on a few things. So if you're in the Alberta area, reach out to him. We've got some parts we're grabbing that we shipped to him that we're gonna get to a farmer to test. And Colin, you wanna tell us anything about your operation, what you guys do, and what your plans are for the future?
Yeah, you bet. The equipment side of our business started a couple years ago. Kind of started with planter speciality in mind, kind of servicing the Alberta into Saskatchewan area. And since then, we've really grown. We've brought in other implements, high-speed discs, strip tills. We're working on drills, working on sprayers, and that's kind of what has led us to talking more with Red E. So
nice. And if you notice behind him here, we've got a Harvest International planter, something that's actually up and growing in the States and also coming into Canada thanks to great dealers like Colin here. And they've got precision planting on their call it line card of what they offer, and now Red E as well for all you drill guys up here.
Yeah, so 16 row Harvest International going up. We're kind of in sugar beet, corn, and seed canola. So there's a lot of 22-inch spacing here, especially with dry beans too. So this is kind of first of its kind here in Southern Alberta with a 3-point hitch with the CCS tanks. This guy is looking to seed a bunch of corn and dry beans this coming spring. We're almost done, probably have it rolling out here in a few days, I'm hoping, and yeah, should be hitting the field probably in 2 weeks. So.
This shop is sweet. They got this crane up here. I think I need to, okay, the cost is gonna be a lot, but I should add this in my shop someday. We would like to build a new location for Red E someday. Great example of what should go into it. And here's Nathan, one of the fabulous guys at Double C Ag. Do you actually work for him or are you farm help?
He just started
Awesome! What are you doing today?
we're getting some of those airlines put in.
Very good.
To adjust the pins here.
Okay.
Fittings.
Guys, is this gonna run with one wheel? Like that? Just kidding. All right, who we got over here?
Oh, it's Yella.
What's the name?
Yella.
Yella?
Everybody calls me Jelly though.
Jelly.
Jelly. Peanut butter jet tap.
That's a fun name.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. No, we're working on plumbing the row cleaners in right now.
All
so
right.
like we put the main lines in, but now we gotta put all the fittings up so they can actually route the wiring through or the hoses through. So that's what we're doing right now.
So we've gotten Colin some ready parts for him to put on display here. As you can see, got a wheel there, got our boot with the stainless steel tube, stabilizer, and then some things like the press wheel are very popular. Get that footprint off there. Notch disc, got a few of them for guys to try. And then the Pro Stitch closing wheels for planters. Here's a different version. That is the ring that replaces the rubber parted perimeter on your existing wheel. So that's what you're seeing here is all the different sample parts for him to have for display. It's a busy time out there this time of year with guys getting in the field, so we're thankful for Colin giving us a few minutes of his time and showing us around. Thanks, Colin.
Hey, thank you.
Well, it is not every day you get to see a tractor like this. We were told that there's some Wagner tractors in the yard, and we said, you know what? We need to see these things. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, these guys told us, and we think that these are the precursors to the big buds. They got 3 of them. 2 were sold to a farmer, and that they went back on auction sometime later, and he actually went and bought them at the auction, hauled them back, just got them back recently in the last number of years, and now they're sitting here. I think they want to keep them, and there's a lot of history here. They've had these for a long time. I think the father, maybe the grandfather, and these are pretty neat. Let's do a spin around and see what's in them. We're told that they actually updated the cabs. They put on versatile cabs Didn't say why. I'm guessing it's an improvement. Got a little snow in here still from the last snowfall. We got a Cummins engine. That's good. Oh no, we got a little snow on the seat too. Wonder why that window's open. And your spare parts. In Alberta, putting some test parts on a machine that you've seen in the past of our other videos. This year, right now, 162,000 acres. Right here, 1895. How many of you have a machine that's got that many acres? I haven't run across you. Maybe comment below if you have, or if you know, if your drill is like that, or you know another one. It'd be great to see how many acres are on your drill. Shout it out, put it in the comments. Maybe it's 10,000, maybe it's 1,000, maybe it's 0 because you just got it, or maybe it's 100 and some thousand. These drills are very capable. Just keep rebuilding them. Of course, ready parts are a great way to go. One thing we're testing is gauge wheels. This is the original Carlisle gauge wheel. Not a bad wheel. We've done a lot of them. But you know what? The price point's really gotten out of hand. Why pay $180 to $200 for a rubber tire wheel? It's not needed. So, Reddy's version, also with some cool upgrades. Namely, we've got extra bolts to keep these rims together so they don't break out. And then also you'll notice this silver looking thing here. That's a backer plate that distributes the clamp load on each spoke to a wider region. So for the rare person who breaks your rims out here, great solution for you. Another thing we're doing is a dust cap. One of those, hey, it's not hard to do, let's add it. It's a bonus part, bonus feature on an already great wheel. So this dust cap threads into right here, of course with the Reddy logo, so you can tell it's from us. And that'll provide a little more dust and mud and whatever protection on this side of the bearing. Another thing I just realized is you need less shims on the original one than ours. And here's why it's important. On the original, you can only put one shim in, or you have to have one shim always. Well, you can't take this shim out, and we're already set to where we need to be, and it's brand new. That means as this rubber lip wears, you cannot shim it in anymore. This is the max setting, the max closeness it can be to the disc, and you're going to continue to grow the gap here as this thing wears. Where ours has 2 extra shims. These 2 shims that you can take out before you get to the 1 shim, and that means as this one wears, you're going to have more adjustment in and get more life out of that rubber lip. Basically what I'm trying to say is this rubber lip is a little longer, sticks out a little more, and gives you more adjustment. Alright, another thing we're going to do is we're going to compare press wheels. So we've got a little bit of a coated John Deere press wheel. This is from their Pro Series kit. You can see the style. This one's had a bearing changed in it. It's got our Seat Extreme bearing in it. You can tell by how much it's worn off here. It's actually kind of pulling through. This one's got a bigger lip. Interesting. So that right there tells me, as these are plastic, they can wear through faster and perhaps slop out. The steel stamping should do better. The rubber material is also not going to last as long as urethane. Oh wow. That's like a bushing.
That's the problem.
Oh, there it goes. Oh wow, look how worn that is. Another thing we're doing is we're testing seed tabs. So we've got a vanilla seed tab here, a Pro Series tab from John Deere, and then a new one from Ready here. And so there's some different features. We've heard good things about all of them. We just want to see how good they are, how they compare to each other, and see what's something we can recommend to you. Here's why you want a bolt between your spokes, and here's why we did it on ours. They've actually had to weld their rims. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they've welded the rims here to keep them together. Over time, they would like to spread open. Now, obviously, that gets to be a challenge when you're going to change the tire. So what they've done is instead, they just drill a little hole here and put in a 1/4 inch bolt. And that seems to make a big difference too. We've done the same size bolt as these here. This is a John Deere 3-spoke. It's only got 2 bolt holes. Remember, we got 3. We've got backer plates like Deere added later on theirs to improve their design. We also add the bolts between the spokes as well, and a host of other features that I've already explained. Another thing you're going to notice is these steel wear rings. These are put inside the rubber lip to save that rubber lip and help it scrape the disc. This drill just stopped because they had a wet snow a couple days ago. Tried to run today. It was too muddy, but they were able to go for a little bit. It was scraping the disc because of these wear rings. It was scraping the mud off. Where he's having the worst issues right now is the mud buildup between the boot and the disc. So he can't stop that. Once that happens, he said when he turns a little bit, depending on what side of the drill or what direction he's turning, one side or the other plugs up and he has to get out and unplug rows. No fun. So they're going to wait a little bit longer, but a great test to see how these do with mud, which is something that some of you never deal with, but some of you do, and you got to get through it. This is our newest solid wheel right here. You're going to notice that there is a solid cast hub in the center. No more stampings or plastic that slops out. Just a durability issue, and this is solving that with this cast hub. So we're going to put this on the machine as well. He's obviously gets 13,000+ acres a year on this. He's going to know quick if this is what we think it is. Correction, 17,500 acres. Last year. Case, thank you. Look at that mud buildup. That's why he had to stop today. You'll notice they love our notch disc. Just a great performer. I think Case, there's 2 cases. Case runs the drill, but the other Case, he's the one who's the farmer who owns the operation. They've probably bought more notch discs from us than any single farmer ever, because they go through 2 sets of discs a year, and he's been buying them ever since the beginning, just about, so probably about 5 years, and they've really enjoyed them. They see the difference. They see them last longer, and I did verify with him today. He said that he has a lot of guys hire him to do the canola acres because the drill they have would make a big mess of things, whether it's a hoe drill or something else. And he said he puts in a lot of canola acres. He has no issues with these notch discs. They put the seed in. A lot of guys are worried, hey, with this notch disc, is it going to affect my trench? Is it going to affect my furrow? Is my seed depth going to be an issue with a shallow seeded crop like canola? He's not had an issue. We're happy to report. Good solution. Check out this wheel right here. This wheel across the drill, this is a 43-foot machine. You're looking at a wheel with 60,000 acres on it. A wide range of soil conditions, a lot of no-till, some dry land, some irrigated, but they're definitely showing their use, but they've done a lot of acres too. If you've got a lot of slop in your rock shaft, here's a great way to solve it. This is the first time I've seen this, and I think it's a great idea worth sharing. So what Case did was he found a thin piece of metal and he pounded it in and welded it in on 2 sides, and he took care of a lot of that slop. He said this thing was flopping all over the place. You know what? I can't blame the shaft for doing that. It's got 160-some thousand acres. Well, it's going to have more now. Want to know how you can solve some bolt breaking frame issues? Well, here's a great way to do it that they found. They've actually drilled out these holes bigger and put bigger bolts in. This is the original size. This is the larger size. You can see that he did it down here as well. He actually did add some weld here, but he said this made a big difference and they're no longer breaking these. And this is called the billboard, what happens is when the wings fold up, they'll hit this as a stop. And I suppose going down the road and flexing, and when they fold and unfold, it puts a lot of movement on that, and that can cause us to break. Same with these bolts too. These notoriously come loose, they break. You got to keep these maintained, fixed. You don't want these to be out of there or not tight. You're gonna have bigger issues if you don't keep these in there and tight. Notice how this one already loose. What they've done though on several of these holes is once again drilled out a bigger hole and then put a bigger bolt in. Pretty good idea. Because they run across a lot of pivot tracks, they're gonna see breaking out of these spindles. Well, it's the nature of the way it is. Maybe these aren't designed heavy enough for that kind of severe use case. You just got to weld them up. That's what guys do. They'll reinforce them, they'll weld them, whatever. You can see there's a crack again, and so that'll probably have to be patched again. But by doing these simple things, it keeps this thing running, and no need to buy new when you can keep this running, performing in tip-top shape. This cart's got all kinds of stainless from us from a long time ago. Still doing a great job. Oh, it's probably got a 75,000 acres or something on it, maybe almost 100. And look at that. It's still working as good as new as when it was put in. And flawless performance, no more issues with corrosion, stuck half with disconnects, metering issues, leaks. Great solution there. So if you haven't gotten stainless on yours, you might want to get it done. Someday he's going to have to get a conveyor, but got a little life left.
There's no belt in it.
Oh, actually that someday might come very soon.
Oh, he just bought a new belt.
Okay, so we're going to get a new belt in this year. Keep it going. But eventually, maybe soon, we'll get a stainless one up there. I see you guys reinforced it where it likes to kink.
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Yeah, I did that last year.
Last year?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
So if you have issues where it's bent or gonna bend, you could either patch it with angle iron. Okay. There's some reinforcement. Or you get a stainless one that's gonna last you. So here's a disc we've seen around with some of our customers or drills we've inspected. You could call it a competitor to the 30-point notch disc that we have. And it's been around longer, I do know that. It's called the PTT Saber disc, I think. But it's a PTT disc, Prescription Tillage Technologies. Definitely going head to head here with our notch disc. And that's why I want them to try it and compare to the 30-pointer and make sure they see either a difference or what we can see, and then report back what we find out. I do have a customer in Kansas with a PD500 case drill, and he's got a set of ours on one rank and a set of these PTTs on the other rank, and so we're watching that. It's only had one season. They look pretty okay for now, but it's going to be that second season that I think gets the most evidence of how well they last and how well they do. Look at the wheel testing he's doing. Here we got a Mudsmith wheel. We've got a John Deere wheel. Here we've got a Carlisle wheel. Yeah. And now we got the newer Ready wheel. While we're on the durability topic, you've got to see what they've done on these seed boots. This is a John Deere Pro Series seed boot that has 80,000 acres. 80,000 acres on these seed boots. I don't know of anyone who's gotten that far. And still had a boot that was intact and still seeding good. How did they get 80,000 acres and still get top performance? Well, in this case, they've had carbide added. So this is the third set of carbide on this Pro Series boot. Not just one set, but third set of carbide. And they said, you know what? This is the last time we can do this. Each time they take it, they'll take off the old carbide and put on new ones at a company called Gen in Canada here. Gen. They do that as a service. Incredible deal. Holy cow, it makes them last. Sure, it's more money, but if you cover a lot of acres and you want something that's going to really last, here's an idea for you. You'll see that they've got this piece of carbide that takes care of the soil coming past it, but then they've got a piece of carbide on this leading edge. Right now we got some stubble stuck in there, but that'll scrape that disc and keep that edge from eroding to make sure it's gonna keep seeding good. If you look close, you'll also notice he's got a couple variations or series of main open arm pivots and closing wheel arm pivots, press wheel arm pivots. It's just been a great test to see which ones last, which ones don't. And for us, most of the time we win out, and sometimes, you know what, we need to improve. And that's what we're after. Always improving, always making the best whenever we can. Here you can see the John Deere style pivot, Needham Ag style like ours. And then here's an air seeder parts from A&I. May the best product win. Here's our urethane wheel. Just add a little gap here, scrape that mud off. This one has quite a few shims, so it's going to have quite a bit of adjustment. And then let's put our cap on.
I'm really happy to see
60,000.
60,000 acres.
Show us.
Right here, this is our Pro Steel pivot kit. And 60,000 acres. No side to side movement.
You know what? If I walked up to this, I'd say you replaced that last year. 10,000 acres tops. Thank you so much, Case. Appreciate it.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
We'll sign off. We'll sign off for now. And you know what? You got to thank Case for all the free info he gave us. And it's just learning through experience.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Remember, stay tuned. Get content like this, and we're gonna get a lot more content of fields being seeded with various seeders. Stay tuned for that. That's coming up in the coming weeks as everyone's getting going. All right, God bless. We're out. Make sure you like and subscribe to keep up on all the fresh content posted weekly, which includes helpful tips and tricks, new products, and various adventures. Also, make sure you check out Ready's website to shop our performance air seeder solutions.